everyone. I wanted to do this little short, well, I hope it's not too long video about me. It's a get to know me video for my gardening channel on YouTube called The Latina Garden. I hope you enjoyed this video, but I just kind of wanted to introduce myself and kind of let you guys get to know me a little bit more. My nickname is Ellie. It's usually the name I prefer and go by. I am a registered dental hygienist. I have been working in the dental field since 2008, and I love it. I really like being a hygienist. I love what I do. Especially I worked in both private practice and in community settings, and community settings is where my heart lies. I just absolutely love it. I work for I currently work for a nonprofit community clinic here locally to me, and it's just a very satisfying job. I love educating people. I love teaching them new things, things that they may have not known before. And so it's a very fulfilling job. But I also love to garden. In this last almost 3 years, I really have grown to really have a passion for growing my own plants and flowers. And I was inspired. Last year last year is when I really started looking to YouTube, and I started following some content creators there that do gardening, and I really just fell in love with it. I was like, oh, I really kind of wanted to do it. I was on the fence about it. I didn't know if I would have much content to share or if anybody would be interested, but I am taking a leap of faith here. My mindset for this channel is I am having fun. I am trying to show what I can do with my garden. I hope it inspires other people to get into their garden and transform what they might not be happy with into something beautiful. That is my goal for this channel, for my home. Where I see myself is I want this area, my backyard mainly, to be a space where we can have, nice dinners out here. We can have, just some relaxing time with the family, and have, when I come out here and sit and eat, just have something really beautiful to look at, and just, kind of embrace and enjoy this nature. I don't know if you can hear, we have a lot of birds in this area, and so I just want to be able to enjoy this space. A little bit about me. I am married. I've been with my husband we've been married for 14 years. We've been together for almost 20, which is crazy to me because that's half my life. That's almost half my life. I've known my husband for almost half my life, and we just celebrated our 14-year anniversary this last week, and we were talking about that, how it's just flown by so quickly, and we didn't, it's really like, wow, like we're now at that point where you go like, oh, I've known this person for more than half my life now. So it's kind of cool. We really enjoy it. We love being together, and we have 4 kids, and you'll hear my children in my videos. I try to hush them, but I like to joke around a lot with friends and family that my kids are, very rambunctious. I have 3 boys, 1 girl. I joke that they are savages. They are wild animals that I can't seem to contain. But with all fun, they are great children, sweetest at times, right? But personally, I don't really want to feature a lot of them on my videos because it's not that kind of a platform. I want to just kind of focus more on my yard and kind of hopefully inspire people to get into their yards and less about the kids. But you'll hear me talk about them here and there, especially because they love playing outside. Especially both my oldest are into soccer. My oldest is 11, and then I have she's my daughter. My son is almost 10. He'll be 10 in next month. And then I have a 4-year-old. He turns 4 next month in July as well, and then my 1-year-old. And yeah, so that's 3 boys, 1 girl. And I don't know if it's the boys, but they just make it feel like you have 20 kids. So it's interesting. We definitely feel outnumbered, but yeah, so in our space here, we have to kind of share the yard with the kids, especially because the oldest 2, like I tried to mention before, they play soccer. And they like to play outside, which is great because we want to encourage that. So we want to make sure that I have enough space for them to play, while as well I have some space for me to be able to plant my plants. Another thing, something else that I wanted to mention was when did I start to get into gardening? So I attribute my love to flowers to my mom. She is someone that I absolutely adore. I adore my mom. I feel a good relationship with her. And she is the person that got me into flowers. When I was little, I have memories of her and I driving around town, looking at people's yards, their gardens, getting ideas for what she could do for her yard. I remember a little bit, at the time it felt so embarrassing, but there would be times where people would be, so as I was trying to explain, one of the kind of times that I felt a little bit embarrassed was when my people would be, re-landscaping their yard, and they'd be throwing out plants and stuff and getting rid of things, and we'd be driving by, and my mom would, if it was something that she liked, she would kind of tell me, nudge me, and force me to be like, go ask them if we can take it. And I just would feel so embarrassed because I'm like, oh, Mom, I don't want to talk to people, I don't know them, and I was a shy kid, and I just did it. It just felt very out of my comfort zone, but I would do it anyways because she's my mom, and so sometimes we would do that. And now as an adult, I've done that before. Actually, I did that once. There was a type of cactus plant that someone was throwing out, and with cactus you can take like pieces of it and it will regrow for you. It'll grow new roots. And so I did that. They had thrown it out, and I went and I asked if I can have it, and they were nice and they said yeah, but now I wasn't embarrassed about it. I was like, oh, I really want that, and it's free, so I'm gonna ask. But those are some things that it kind of takes me back to those early years with my mom, driving around town and stuff. And I still, when I drive around town, especially when I'm going to work, I have to drive through town to go to my work, and I will look at people's yards and go, oh, that looks beautiful, and try to figure out what plants they're using in their yard and see if I can find it. But yeah, after that, when I was older, kind of almost out of high school, I was maybe like a senior, my mom and I started doing flower arrangements for like weddings, quinceañeras, big party events. The first one we that really got us into it was when we did my sister. My sister got married, and she had a really big wedding. And so we did all of the flowers. My mom did all of the linens for it. It was a big production. And then since we had all of these things, you know, people started asking like, oh, who decorated for you guys? And we're like, we did it. And so then they started asking if they could rent the stuff. And so we kind of did that for several years. My mom still does it a little bit. I don't do it as much anymore. Okay, thank you. Okay. You beat the game? Oh, that's nice. Okay, he's playing video games. Okay, and that's Luca. I think you might hear him the most in my videos. But yeah, so that's kind of how we started, and we did it for a long time. The reason why I stopped was because it's when after I got married and once I started having my own family, it just became really hard because my husband and I have off schedules. It's how we try to get around to have to pay daycare. And so because like on the weekends when, you know, most parties are weddings and whatnot, I would have to, you know, bring my kid along. At the time it was my daughter, and it just got to a point where she just wouldn't be in the carrier anymore. I just couldn't just put her, like leave her in the stroller while I was decorating. It just became really hard for me, and so I kind of started stepping away from it. I still help her as much as I can, but with 4 kids it's really hard to try to, you know, leave them with someone, because usually it's kind of a family thing, so we all kind of, you know, everybody who's available and free on that weekend kind of goes and helps her. So I did that for a while, and then after that, what kind of got me into gardening, my own garden, was when we moved into this property. This property is currently owned by my parents. They bought it back in 2003. I lived here with them for several years. And then when we moved to another property, this became a rental. And so I recently moved into this property in August of 2020. And it looked really bad. Like, it looked awful. Like, awful. The people that lived here just they changed a lot of things that they shouldn't have, and it's a long story. Maybe for another time I will tell it. It gave me PTSD, to be quite honest, really PTSD, just because I had to deal with a lot of it. And so when I moved into this property, at first I had a lot of anxiety, and that's something that I kind of go through, you know, like a lot of people. You know, we kind of go through stages. I am open about that I've had postpartum depression and anxiety in the past, and in 2020 I had my 3rd child, so it was really emotional for me. And his still hard to talk about it sometimes. His birth story was very difficult for me, and he's fine, he's healthy, but it was really hard. And so moving into this property and having a lot to do, I just wasn't in that mind frame to try to, you know, change anything or make anything look pretty. It wasn't until I was pregnant with number 4. He was born last year, but when I was pregnant is when I started to. Yes. Oh, okay. I have no idea what he said. But last year, kind of in the beginning of last year, towards the end of 2022, is when I started you know, watching videos on YouTube and started following like Epic Epic Gardening, and Garden Answer. I found Dig Plant Water Repeat, which I absolutely love. Visit Our Garden is another YouTuber creator that I also found and really enjoy watching. And it really, I kind of became obsessed with it. I really started to follow a lot of their content. I really wanted to start to change our yard. It was a space that wasn't really being utilized, except for the kids would, you know, run around and play outside. But I just kind of started thinking, you know, this was something that I kind of wanted to document, and I wanted to have something that I can look back on and see, like, this is what it looked like before, and look how beautiful it looks like now. So it's what really got me motivated and curious on learning how to do videos and how to become a content creator. I am not an expert at any of it. I am still learning, and I appreciate you know, being patient with me and being with me on this journey. My dream for this property is to be able to come out here with my family and enjoy just being out here, maybe having dinners out here, and just enjoying the beauty of it. And sometimes you can hear, right now I can't hear the birds, but we tend to have a lot of birds in this area, and I want to have a garden where I see a lot of butterflies and bees and hummingbirds, and so that's the type of garden I want. I want it with a lot of color, because I love nice bright colors, and so that is my channel. I want to hopefully inspire you to get in your garden, maybe also start to document so that you can kind of see how it progresses and how it gets better each month. And yeah, and I hope you follow me on this journey, and we both get to learn together. And yeah, that's pretty much, I hope, sums me up. I know this is kind of longer video than I was hoping for, but if you stuck to the end of it, thank you. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me to find people, and that's kind of what I want. I want to find people that are like-minded like me, that love gardening, love to be in their garden, and want to follow me in my journey. So thank you so much for watching. I hope to continue to do this. I will say that please be patient, because I do have 4 kids, and I try to put videos up, but sometimes I have limitations because I have 4 kids, and that's a lot, and just trying to find time to post them, or trying to find space on my phone, because a lot of it I'm doing it off my phone. You know, it takes time that sometimes I don't always have, but I appreciate this platform, and I hope to hear from anybody that wants to be friends, because I need more gardening friends. That is something I don't have. I have friends, but not really into gardening, so I really want to find gardening friends and people that enjoy this. Oh, I know. Okay. Oh, don't touch it. Okay, I gotta go. We have spiders. Thank you. Update. It's not a spider. It's a fly. And I told him, it's a fly. It's a fly. It will go away. You just go, shoo fly. Don't bother me. There we go. Thanks.